and welcome to today's cooking lesson. I'm Liz Morgan and I'm here with Chef Doug Overis, who's one of the instructors with our award-winning Culinary Careers program here at Lethbridge College.
Hi Liz, thanks for coming today.
Thank you. So chefs of all kinds, from novice to experts, can sometimes find themselves sticking to the same old recipe time after time, whether it's a savory meatloaf or some chocolate chip cookies, because it's familiar and easy. This recipe today, called Little Ox-Eye Cookies, is just going to show us that with a few simple ingredients, we can switch things up with some amazing results.
That's right, Liz. Here at Lethbridge College Culinary Careers, first-year cooking students have to spend a certain portion of their bake shop pastry rotation covering cookies, and this happens to be one of the recipes that we showcase.
Sounds great. I can't wait to try them. Let's start with our ingredients. What's in these cookies?
Absolutely. To make about 4 dozen cookies, we have 750 grams of pastry flour. That equals about 6 level cups. We have unsalted softened butter, about 1 1/3 pounds or 600 grams. In the middle here we have icing sugar, about 2.5 cups, 2 1/3 cups. Works out to be about 300 grams. And then we have 4 large egg yolks and any type of filling you want. In this particular case today we're going to be using apricot jam and raspberry jam. And then just enough icing sugar at the end there in a sifter to dust our countertop and the end result. So.
Well, it seems simple enough. There's not a lot of ingredients. What's the first step?
The first step is to obviously preheat our oven to 385 degrees Fahrenheit. Then what we're going to do is we're going to sift together our icing sugar and our pastry flour into a separate bowl.
Now, Chef Doug, sometimes when we get to a step like this where you're supposed to sift your ingredients, I'm tempted to just throw all the ingredients in and skip that step. Why shouldn't I?
You can put it all into one without having to sift it. The two benefits to sifting your sugar and your flour together are 1, to remove any lumps, and 2, to aerate your flour and your sugar, and it will end up in a lighter, fluffier product.
Great. So what are we doing now?
After we've sifted our flour and our sugar together, we put it into our mixer with a paddle attachment. We add our softened, unsalted butter, and then our egg yolks, and we turn the mixer on low speed until it forms into a nice smooth ball, soft yet a little bit tacky.
So it looks like we're at that stage now where it's kind of a tacky but firm dough. What's the next step after this?
The next step is to remove it from your mixer and wrap it in plastic wrap and sit in the refrigerator to firm up for about 1 hour. The reason we chill the dough is to make shaping it later easier, and also too, if you don't have the time and you want to put it off for a little while, it's a better way to hang on to it.
So the dough we're going to use now has a better consistency. I think we're ready to roll out, so let's try it.
Absolutely. We'll be taking our dough, unwrapping it, and lightly dusting our board. And then what will end up happening is we will gently from the center roll out our dough until it's a uniform 1/8 of an inch thickness all around, and then we're ready to cut.
Can we use any kind of shapes, or is there something we should be sticking to?
You can use any shape you'd like as long as you have 2 of the same shape in 2 different sizes.
Okay, so 1 smaller and 1 larger.
Correct.
Great.
And now that our dough is rolled out to 1/8 of an inch thick, we are going to take our cookie cutters and cut them into circles, keeping them very close together so as to eliminate waste.
So we're going to be cutting out the smaller circles and putting them on a parchment-lined baker sheet. Why do we use the parchment paper?
Parchment cuts down on the cost of butter or any other product that you're using to grease your baker's tray. And the other thing is it's reusable, so a sheet of parchment can be used 2 or 3 times over and over. Now once the cookies are cut and placed on a baker's tray, we'll take them to the oven and bake them at 385 for about 5 to 7 minutes, or just until they're turning golden brown.
So our timer's gone off and these look absolutely perfect. So fortunately, yeah, for us, these have been cooled. So we can start with filling. What makes the best filling for these Little Ox-Eye cookies?
Best filling is entirely personal choice. We use everything from peanut butter, Nutella, jam, jelly, preserves, or almond paste.
Great.
A little dollop of each filling will go on the base of each, and while I'm doing that, Liz will dust the tops with icing sugar.
Well, they look amazing. They're gorgeous. Let's try one. You have to eat one too.
I do.
Yeah. Mmm. These are delicious. They absolutely melt in your mouth. Thank you so much, Chef Doug, for showing us how to make these amazing cookies. You can find this recipe in the winter 2014 issue of Wider Horizons or online at widerhorizons.ca.
And to try some of these for yourself, please come to our dining room and make a reservation at 382-6999.
Thank you so much again for watching, and we'll see you next time.